Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Cleveland, Mississippi. We are at Bearpin Park and ready for a matchup between South Carolina and Florida. Two teams who have suffered a loss, only one loss in championship series play. Ironically, it is the same team that has handed both a loss. And it was a loss by 4. Mississippi beating South Carolina 9-5. Mississippi beating Florida 6-2. So these two teams battling for the right maybe to face Mississippi a little bit later on. As South Carolina takes on Florida. South Carolina decked out in the navy blue and white. Popped up by Caleb Blackwell. And coming from behind the plate was Hunter Gill. Gill just no idea where the ball was. And it will drop near the base of the fence. And the at-bat will continue for Caleb Blackwell. And let me say, I always try to recognize the kudos, and again, it's Logan Ward. He showed great sportsmanship last night, checked on a player that he had accidentally hit with a throw, and this time hands the bat to Caleb Blackwell. I like that kind of stuff. Not enough of it going on in sports today. Good to see it here as it is popped up by Blackwell to Wes Ammons at second, and Blackwell out number 1. Let's get that lineup set for you for South Carolina. Caleb Blackwell, the second baseman, starting things off. It is left center fielder Connor Catania batting in the 2 spot. Shortstop Andrew Blackwell's got the 3 hole. Brandon Bolton, the left fielder, batting 4th. Catcher Bowman Rummel will bat 5th. Cole Dinkins is the first baseman in the 6 spot. Kellen Moore playing right field, bat 7th. Andrew Botar is playing right center field and will bat 8th. Caden McGuff at 3rd, batting 9th. Tyler Reed is the 10-hitter. Brandon Snurr bats 11th for South Carolina. And Cooper Penfield, who is in the pitching circle beside the machine when South Carolina takes to the field, will bat 12th. There's a shot towards left field. Over Craig at 3rd and scooped up by McCarty. The strong throw in, but a Catania single has South Carolina in business with 1 away here in the first. 1 out for Andrew Blackwell. Florida's defense looks this way. Logan Ward in the circle beside the machine. Behind the plate, Hunter Gill. The first baseman is Bubba Boone. At second, Wes Ammons. Shortstop, Tyson Lake. The third baseman is Samuel Craig. In the outfield, Gabe McCarty. In left center, A.J. Tennell. Gabe Sabalona is in right center field, and Bryson Mitchell is in right. So there you have your lineups. I mentioned that South Carolina in the navy blue and white. Florida's got a mixture of blue and white. Some dark blue, some baby blue. Hit to Craig at 3rd. He will go over to second. Get the lead runner on the 5-4 putout. Blackwell safe at first, but there's 2 gone. 2 away for Brandon Bolton. It is sunny here in Cleveland, Mississippi. Got some clouds, but nothing that looks ominous. Nothing particularly threatening. I guess a little dark. And I'm saying not threatening, and watch the rain dump on the diamond here. But it doesn't look that way currently, though some clouds are hanging around. 89 was the expected high today here in Cleveland. Currently 84, should drop to 67. The only scary thing, as I mentioned previously about rain, is the iPhone weather app doesn't. Craig, nice snag at 3rd. Over to second, gets Blackwell on Bolton's 5-4 putout. 4 go up, 3 go down. 1 left aboard, nobody scores in the top part of the first. We head to the bottom part of the inning. And it is Florida coming to bat in an elimination bout. One team advances, the other wraps up a great year. We get to the bottom of the first after the break.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Hurts 2 on his set.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6 6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
To the bottom of the first we go. Scoreless top part of the inning. One base hit. It was Catania who got on with a single, one stranded. In the top part of the inning, nobody scores. Florida sending Tyson Lake, the shortstop, to the plate first. No swing on the opening pitch. Kinston Green batting in the 2 spot. Third baseman Samuel Craig hits third. Bubba Boone, the first baseman in the 4 hole, and is sent towards short underneath Blackwell's mitt. And Lake will get aboard for Florida in the bottom of the first, and then make his way to second on the throw in that winds up in the mitt of Dinkins, intended for Blackwell. And Lake in scoring position for Florida as Kingston Green comes to the plate. Hunter Gill, the catcher, batting in the 5 spot. Gabe McCarty hits 6th. He is the left fielder for Florida. A.J. Tennell, left center fielder in the 7 spot. Second baseman Wes Ammons batting 8th. Gabe Savalona is the right center fielder batting 9th. High into the air towards left center field, and that will sail over the head of Connor Catania. Green will come in. It's a single that drives in Lake. And Florida takes the 1-0 advantage here in the bottom part of the first. Samuel Craig coming to the plate. Bryson Mitchell, right fielder, batting 10th. Logan Ward, the pitcher, will bat 11th. Anthony Sparks in the 12 hole for Florida. Meanwhile, South Carolina's got Cooper Penfield in the circle. Behind the plate, Bowman Rommel. At first, Colt Dinkins. The second baseman is Caleb Blackwell. Andrew Blackwell at short. And Caden McGuff is at third. The outfield for South Carolina. Brandon Bolton in left field. Connor Catania is in left center field. Wrapped to third. It is fielded there by McGuff. He will go to second. Get Green. Craig wrapping into the 5-4 for out number 1. One away for Bubba Boone. Outfield for South Carolina. Brandon Bolton in left. Connor Catania in left center. It's Andrew Bolton in right center, and right field belongs to Kellen Moore. So there you have it. The guys from South Carolina, the guys from Florida battling for the right to get to what could be the championship tomorrow. Why I qualify that at 10:30 a.m. It's based on the Mississippi-Virginia game. High into the air towards left field. Unable to get there is Brandon Bolton, and Bubba Boone delivers with a shot that moves Craig over to second. Craig had to hang around first, thinking there was the possibility that Bolton would make the catch. So he is a late arrival to second. Gets there, though, and a couple of base runners now aboard for Hunter Gill. Mike Rideout's got the Mississippi-Virginia game in progress right now, and that obviously has a bearing on the winner of this one from several perspectives. If Virginia wins the game, then you've got a situation where 3 teams have 1 loss, which would mean you've got a 10:30 matchup and a guarantee of a 1:30 game. If Mississippi wins it, then you've got the 10:30 game and possibly an if game at 1:30. Looking over to the score currently, Mississippi with a 3-zip lead over Virginia in machine pitch. Here it's a 1-0 advantage. Lofted into right field, and the catch made near the line by Moore. Gets it in quickly, and everybody is going to have to hold as Hunter Gill is out number 2. 2 away for Gabe McCarty.
Coming to the plate, number 9, Gabe McCarty.
2 gone, McCarty batting, bottom of the first, 1-zip Florida lead. Both teams have already played today. One team coming off a victory, and then another team coming off the loss. South Carolina with a win over Tennessee, 10-1. Florida with a loss to Mississippi, 6-2. It is wrapped towards short. Blackwell bobbled a bit, recovers, will not make a throw. And everybody safe. Craig at third, Boone at second, and McCarty, the base runner, at first, all loaded up for Florida with 2 gone for A.J. Tennell. Well, by now, our Florida and South Carolina viewers know the process. We get into shout-outs in the second, and we're an out away from heading into the second. You see the number there on your scoreboard. 334-488-1385, and probably you know what we're looking for. The shout-out, where you're watching, if it's a unique spot, and selfies. Shoved over towards right, able to get to it is Caleb Blackwell, the second baseman, sliding to his knees. And Florida will load things up, but leave all aboard after Tyson Lake comes in and scores. 1-run plates in the first. Florida taking that 1-run lead into inning number 2 with Rommel, Dinkins, and more, all coming up 60 seconds from now.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Hurts 2 on his set.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Top of the second, Bowman Rummel leading things off. Cole Dinkins, Kellen Moore, and 2 up in the inning, too. 334-488-1385. It's the second inning. And here we go with shout-outs. Got a feeling this is going to be a game loaded with shout-outs, too. And, hey, that's cool. No problem. Send them our way. 334-488-1385. As it is lifted in the direction of right field and will tail off into foul territory for Rummel. Again, shout-outs, where you're watching from, if it's a unique spot, and selfies. And get creative with the selfies. And obviously, the unique spots are creative in themselves. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rummel. My, I didn't realize I was that far behind in shout-outs. Let's delve into them. Go South Central Florida. You can do it, the Huddleston family. Wrapped over towards second, fielded by Ammons. He will go to first, and there's 1 away in the second. Rummel wrapping into the 4-3. And that brings Cole Dinkins to the plate. Boy, it's happened so many times just like this. I'm about to read a text. Guess who's the subject matter? The guy coming to the plate, Cole Dinkins. Go South Carolina. The Hearts and Blythewood are pulling for you. Cole Dinkins, number 7. No swing on the pitch to Dinkins. Kellen Moore to the on-deck circle. Shout out to the awesome SC Cole Dinkins and Coach Dinkins. What a team. Karen Powers watching from Appalachian, New York. And thank you for the little pronunciation guide. And the little emoji as well. Dinkins lines it right at Ammons at second. Recovers from the drop over to first and another 4-3. He is out number 2. 2 gone for Kellen Moore. Let's go Blythewood. Hashtag bring the wood from the Nutty Squirrel in Blythewood. Good to hear again from the Nutty Squirrel. I think Nutty Squirrel took Sunday off, but we've got him back. And good to hear from the folks. They're hanging around the Nutty Squirrel. Kellen Moore followed by Andrew Botar. No swing on the opening pitch. Nobody aboard. 2 gone. Go Blythewood. Me and my family are rooting for you. Coach Michael Martin in Gaffney, South Carolina. Kellen Moore awaiting the pitch. 1-0 offering. It is popped up on the infield Ward coming out of the circle, cannot retrieve. Ammons can't get there either. And we'll credit Moore with an infield single. It was in a spot that was difficult to get to. And the two-out base hit has Moore on as Andrew Botar comes to the plate. Well, thank you very much for the picture. Thought you would enjoy this pick. Caden McGuff's brother and friends. I saw them, by the way, in the stands prior to the game. They were practicing the wave. I think it was the wave. I mean, they had several things going on. They had the terrible towels, and then they had the wave thing going on. And then, of course, they're shirtless with emblazoned on their chest, SO4 Life, exclamation point. These guys are into it. And they're in the stands rooting on their South Carolina squad. Botar hits it the second. Ammons has it, tags out Moore. And we've wrapped up the top of the second. 4 go up again, 3 go down again, 1 left on again. And South Carolina picking up a base hit. 2 now in the game as we go to the bottom part of the second. A 1-0 Florida lead on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Bottom of the first, Wes Ammons starting things off. Gabe Sabalona, Bryson Mitchell 2 up in the inning 2. No swing on the opening pitch. More shout-outs. Go Blythewood, get the win. Love you, Kellen Moore and Coach Moore from the Senior Moores in Columbia, South Carolina. Go SC and Caden McGuff. You got this from your family in Evans, Georgia. Count evens up 1 apiece. I'd like to give a shout-out to Anthony Sparks from Uncle Robert and Aunt Lisa and Ridge Manor, Florida. Popped up towards left field. There the catch made by left fielder Brandon Bolton, and Wes Ammons is out number 1. 1 away, nobody aboard. Gabe Sabalona coming to the plate. Let's go, Kellen. Davis and Josh are pulling hard for you. Hashtag bring the wood. Go Wes Ammons and all of Team Florida. You got this from Skyler and Wildwood. Now here's a shout out, a bit unusual, but you write them, we read them. Shout out to those hot Blythewood mamas. All right. Hot moms, you've been noticed and shouted out too. Let's go Team Florida. Tyson Lake, you make us proud. Grandma and Papa Merritt. Let's go Cooper from Miller and Blythewood. Good luck, Florida. Watching here from Lake Panasofsky. Pam and Conrad Porter rolled slowly towards third. Been waiting for it to go foul, and it does so as McGuff, and Gabe Sabalona will get back into the box and await another pitch. Go Team Florida and Anthony Sparks. So proud, Ridge Manor, Florida. Love, Mimi. Shout out to Tyler Reed and the rest of the Blythewood, South Carolina team from the Whitaker clan in Sabelo, Texas. Thanks so much. Good to hear from the Lone Star State again. Fouled out of play by Sabalona. 1 and 2. The Stucks are back in Blythewood and cheering for our boys. Go Team SC. We love our Bob, a.k.a. Cooper Pinfield. Here's the 1-2 offering to Sabalona. The right-hander awaits with the bases cleared. A little bit of a check swing that winds up sending it to McGuff at third. He will go across the diamond after the bobble at third. Not able to get it there in time, and Sabalona is on with 1 away for Florida. And Bryson Mitchell coming to the plate. Blythewood, you guys are phenomenal. Bring the trophy back to South Carolina for manager Jeremy Smith. And that is SC for life, by the way. The picture of the McGuff brother and friends who are here in mascot regalia. Wrapped over towards Blackwell and short. He will go to second for one. It is dropped and won't get the one. Thinking about two was Caleb Blackwell, and it pops out of the mid, and Mitchell is on. So back-to-back errors, one in third, one in second, have Sabalona and Mitchell on. And Logan Ward will come to the plate with two aboard for Florida. Go Kellen Moore and the crew from the Gardendale Aggie Club in Columbia, South Carolina. Roll over towards McGuff, steps on the bag at third, gets the out there and throws over to first to turn the double play. What a play by McGuff. Couple of defensive mistakes by South Carolina, all atoned for when McGuff fields the Ward shot, steps on the bag, and lofts one to first to turn the double play and in the second scoreless. It's a 1-0 Florida lead as we head to the third, and that same gentleman, McGuff, coming to the plate when we come back.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her two on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
The guy that made the great defensive play to end the bottom part of the second will start the third offensively. Caden McGuff for South Carolina in a 1-0 ball game. Tyler Reed, Brandon Snurr due up in the inning too. More shout-outs. We can do this, Florida. Gabriel Sabalona, we love you from Inverness and Bushnell, Florida. Hit over towards third and gets away from Craig. That's got the tying run on as Caden McGuff will get aboard. Compliments of the first defensive mistake by Florida. So one aboard for Tyler Reed. Shout out to Florida from Coach Augie and Connor, a.k.a. Professor. Let's go South Carolina and our favorite player, number 1, Cooper Penfield, your Spartanburg, South Carolina family. Here's the right-hander awaiting. No swing on the opening pitch. Go Blythewood. Remember, have fun. From Coach John David Harris. Shout out to Cole Dinkins. Nana Baggerly is cheering you on from Waverly, New York. Hi, everybody up in New York. Tyler Reed with a base runner at first. That is McGuff. Snurr is on deck. Popped up towards right. Ammons over to make the catch on the run. Reaches to his left. And we have seen some stellar defensive plays. There's one by Ammons for out number 1 as McGuff will have to hold at first. Brandon Snurr to the plate. More shout-outs. Nice play. Now let's hit, boys. Put up a crooked number this inning. So proud of you guys. The Allens in Blythewood. Brandon Snurr with a base runner at first. One away. No swing on the first pitch. Rooting you on, number 33, Hunter Gill. So proud of you and the rest of the Florida boys. Bring home the win. Love Aunt JJ and Uncle D from Webster. Let's go Team Florida. We're proud of you, Gabriel Sabalona from Jathan and Corrine in Citrus Springs, Florida. Right over Ward into center field. Interesting in that it was right over Ward and right under Lake Smith. Winds up in center field. McGuff able to get to second safely. Brandon Snurr with a single at first. And there's a couple of base runners on for South Carolina for the 12-hitter Cooper Penfield. Let's go Florida, team of South Sumter. Way to go Tyson Lake. Love Uncle BJ in Boynton Beach, Florida. And Aunt Melissa, John, and Carter in Altamonte Springs, Florida. Let's go Bushnell boys. You got this, Papa and Grandma Merritt. Go Blythewood cheering you on all the way. Joe and Kathy Johnson. No swing on the first pitch to the left-hander. Let's go Team SC. Bring home some gator meat tonight. Jesse Moore in Columbia, South Carolina. Let's go Blythewood. Proud of you guys. Miss LaDonna. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Penfield, top of the order. Caleb Blackwell awaits on deck, wrapped over towards Hammond. Then took an evil hop, just hopped right over the shoulder of Hammonds. Green will get it in right field, but in to score the tying run is McGuff. Snerna third, Penfield is at first, and I don't think you can charge an error to Hammonds. I mean, that just took an evil hop right over the shoulder and winds up in right field. And South Carolina knots this one up at 1 apiece here in the top of the third. And speaking of top of, we go back to the top of the order. Caleb Blackwell, who popped out to second in the first, steps into the batter's box. Go Connor and the rest of the SC team from the L.A. Brady's. That's the Los Angeles Brady's watching in. Thank you very much. Where it is, a little bit before 5 maybe? In Los Angeles. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Blackwell. Connor Cattaneo has moved to the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss. Even at 1 is the count. Go Gabriel Savalona. We're proud of you from your uncle, Junior, Aunt Janet, and cousin Jace from Lake Panosofsky, Florida. Cheering on SC and number 5, Brandon Snern. Love the Campbells from Crescent Lake. Let's win. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on, 1 in. Up the middle, a base hit for Caleb Blackwell that brings in Brandon Snur. Throw came in, though, and got Penfield. Quick throw in for the outfield. And able to get Penfield at second. Turns into an 8-4 putout. That gets Penfield for out number 2. Snur does come in and score, though. Blackwell, the base runner at first for Connor Cattaneo. Andrew Blackwell moves to the on-deck circle. Go Blythewood. We are so proud of y'all. We're in the South, we can say that. Anna Kate and Caroline Strom. Blythewood, South Carolina. Hashtag bring the wood. Popped up. Over to first, and there the catch made by Bubba Boone as Cattaneo will go down on the fly out to first. But a productive inning for South Carolina. They have turned a 1-run deficit into a 1-run lead with 2 runs in the third. We head to the bottom of the inning and the bottom of the order for Florida.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Bottom of the order, Anthony Sparks. And boy, these breaks between innings are getting shorter, so I'm going to have to find a shorter spot to play in between as Anthony Sparks rolled it over towards right field. Callan Moore picks up, fires to first, and gets Sparks on a 9-3 putout. And there is 1 out for Florida as we go back to the top of the order with Tyson Lake coming to the plate. So let's put in the 30 and make sure that we have got ample time in between innings. So there, we've got about a half minute off that continuity in between innings. Popped up in the direction of center field. And a one-out single has Tyson Lake on. A runner aboard for Kingston Green. Well, that score over on the adjoining field growing. Mississippi now with a 10-zip lead over Virginia in the third. So looking more and more, barring a ferocious Virginia comeback, that Mississippi is going to advance unbeaten and play the winner of this one at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Well, I got a shout-out that simply got one of those, shaded clouds where text is supposed to be. I wonder if that means be quiet. I'm getting the picture, getting the message. But I got more shout-outs, so I got to read those. So I guess to honor the text with nothing in it. There you go, and here we will get back to the shout-outs as Kingston Green pops it up to short. Catch made by Blackwell. Holding it first is Tyson Lake. And there's two away here in the bottom of the third. Still a base runner on over at first. That is Tyson Lake. Samuel Craig coming to the plate. Let's go Blythewood. Lucas and Laney are pulling for you. Shout out to our favorite first baseman, Cole Dinkins, and the South Carolina team from Katy and Baylor. Up past our bedtime on the East Coast in Blythewood. Well, it's worth it. Watching a little baseball. Got a feeling they don't mind staying up. Go Blythewood. You guys are my heroes. Love Haley Dover. Get it done, Blythewood. Take him down from Cooper and family. Cooper Smith and family. Into left field, Samuel Craig with a base hit. Lake goes to second, and there's a couple of base runners on. Florida has put their tying run in scoring position. Go-ahead run aboard here in the bottom of the third with Bubba Boone coming to the plate. Go SC, bring it home. Andrew Botar from Clay Bolts. Lewis, all in Litchfield Beach, South Carolina. No swing on the first pitch to Boone. Boone reached on an error in left field. That happened in the first. Hunter Gill is on deck. South Carolina in the fourth as Blackwell, Bolton, and Bowman, the Killer Bees, coming up. Popped up towards left field, in and out of the mid of Connor Castanio, and that has got Lake in this score tied. Backtracking, trying to make the catch, and Catanio could not. Lake will come in and score to knot it up at 2. Still a couple of base runners on, still 2 gone. But now a 2-2 contest. Hunter Gill with a couple of base runners aboard. Gill with a fly out to right field. Go Blythewood from Amy and Attractions Hair Salon. Salon, we clip them. Sorry, I was mixing up salon and clip. Reading quicker than I could talk. As the ground out goes 6-4. And that'll do it for the bottom of the third. 1 run will plate. Hunter Gill left stranded, so is Craig. 2 left aboard. 6 have been stranded now through 3. It's a 2-2 contest as we head to the fourth here on JockJive.com. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Top of the fourth, 2-2 contest. Andrew Blackwell, Brandon Bolton, Bowman Rummel. All due up here in the fourth. Let's go back to the snip from the Clip Place. Go Blythewood from Amy and Attractions Hair Salon. We clip them. All right. Thank you very much, Amy. Clipping and watching. Or clipping and listening. Andrew Blackwell starting things off in the fourth for South Carolina in a 2-all contest. He got this coach, as in Coach Les from Miller in Blythewood. Top of the fourth, Blackwell ground into a 5-4 in the first. So did Bolton, who follows. And then Rummel hit into a 4-3. So the last time we came to the 3, 4, and 5 spots for South Carolina, not able to get aboard, but they're open for different results here in the fourth. Florida likes the results of that first trip through the rotation in the 3, 4, and 5 spots. We will see what happens here. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Blackwell. What a catch in right center field. Reaching up at the last moment. That is Gabe Sabalona. He takes a stab at the fly ball and makes the catch. And there is one away here in the fourth. Brandon Bolton, who hit into the 5-4, steps into the batter's box. More shout-outs. Thank you so much, JockJive, for allowing the people to watch their loved ones play baseball that were unable to make the trip. Go Team Bushnell. Love you, Tyson and Uncle Derek. It is our delight. I say it often. If you weren't watching, well, there just wouldn't be much need for me here running my mouth. So thank you very much for watching the coverage. High fly ball. Bolton to left center field, and that will ricochet off A.J. Tennell's mitt. Strong throw coming into second, but able to slide in safely on the bag is Brandon Bolton. And now it is South Carolina poised to break the 2-2 tie. By the way, let me mention, I know you've heard it, Facebook, we're trying to get to 10,000. Well, did you know coming into this game, we were like, I think 25 likes away from our short-term goal of 95, I think 9,600 actually. So 9,600 likes is only 25 likes away. So if you could like us if you haven't already done so. If you have, get your friends, your family, your neighbors, your loved ones, your not-so-loved ones. Trying to get to 10,000 likes eventually. We hope it happens this summer. We think it will. But you could help us pick up about 25 tonight and get to 9,600. Swing and a miss, count even at 1 on Bowman Rummel, who wrapped into the 4-3 in the second. I've mentioned before we would like to give away a car to that 10,000th like. We'd like to. We, don't have the budget for that kind of stuff, but you see what it means to us. So if you will, put JockJive Sports in the search engine on Facebook, and we'll thank you in advance. Roll to Wes Ammons. And Ammons too tall on the toss over to first. That's going to allow Bolton to come in and score. Meanwhile, it's got Rummel stationed at second. And North Carolina's back out in front. A 3-2 contest. Cole Dinkins, who hit into the 4-3, will come to the plate here in the fourth. Kellen Moore moving to the on-deck circle. And, of course, there's more to just us getting some likes. With you befriending us on Facebook, we give you all kinds of info. Where we're going, where we've been, what happened once we got there. If there are weather delays, you hear about it. You get all the scores from games that we are covering. JockJive Sports. Put it in the search engine on Facebook. More shout-outs. Let's go, boys. Win it all from Blythewood. Staying up late to cheer on our Blythewood boys, Katha and Ian Bender. Shout out to number 4, Kellen Moore, and Dad, Coach Kevin. So proud of your accomplishment. Love Uncle Corey, Karen, and Corey. Blythewood Bombers family says beat Florida and win it all. Let's go Bowman. The Allens. Conference over for Florida, and back into the box, Cole Dinkins. Bolton and Rummel on. Or scratch that. You have got Bolton in and Rummel on. Rummel the base runner at second. And Cole Dinkins, who ground out his previous at-bat, wrapping it towards short. Lake will field maybe a bit of a distraction with a runner going by. No interference on the part, though, of Rummel, but just a distraction to Lake. And that's got Dinkins on, and that is the third consecutive at-bat that uncharacteristically Florida has committed an error. And Kellen Moore will come to the plate with runners at first and third. Shout out to Florida, Bubba Boone and company. Let's go, boys, from Uncle John. No swing on the first pitch to Moore. Bringing home boys. Go South Carolina. Carolina Petway from Blythewood, and then the hand clap emojis. Let's go South Carolina. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate your broadcast. How else can I watch my grandson Caden playing? Grandpa in South Carolina. Been to Facebook. Too bad he can only like once. Well, thank you very much for doing it that one time. Ground over towards Boone. Boone will go to second, and apparently the ball was in the dirt, which means Dinkins is safe. Rummel will come in and score from third. Kellen Moore, he is safely aboard at first. And South Carolina now with a 4-2 lead. And still just an out with Andrew Botar coming to the plate. By the way, your officiating crew, Tony Sanders behind the plate. Tony Wentz at first. Jason Wheelis is at third. Caden McGuff to the on-deck circle as Andrew Botar steps in. Two guys wearing navy blue aboard. One away here in the top part of the fourth. It is fouled out of play. By the way, thank you again, Grandpa in South Carolina, for liking us that once. South Carolina is back on top, not North Carolina. Well, thank you for the shout out. Let's go Blythewood. Stucks cheering you to victory. Kellen's mom says, get it done. Wrapped up the middle, and that will ricochet off the machine. Says you have said North Carolina twice instead of South Carolina. No, I can't believe that that's so. I gave the wrong Carolina. You know, I did that earlier. Here's the excuse I'm using. I did that earlier in a North Carolina game and twice called them South Carolina, and I felt like we needed to balance things out. Only seemed fair. Botar on. And the bases are all loaded up for South Carolina as Caden McGuff steps into the batter's box. Well, my apologies to the South Carolina squad for the North Carolina reference. Let's go, Kellen. Big at-bat here, buddy. You got this. Bring the wood. Shout out to Florida from Wildwood doing a good job. LOL. Bases full. Caden McGuff, who reached on an error and scored a run in the third. No swing on the opening pitch. And it's a 1-0 count on McGuff. Tyler Reed moves to the on-deck circle. Bases all loaded up. Botar, Moore, and Dinkins. It is popped up over in foul territory, but able to make the catch is Bubba Boone for out number 2. 2 gone, and Tyler Reed coming to the plate. Bases still loaded in the South Carolina fourth. Huge shout out to our all-around all-star Kellen Moore and the Blythewood Bengals. Way to represent South Carolina. We love you and couldn't be prouder. Uncle Theron, or is it Theron? Aunt Rania and cousins Leonard and Blaze. Let's go South Sumter from Samantha and Keyshawn. Keep it up Blythewood from Christian and Lily Zale. Tyler Reed with a pop out to second in the third, batting here in the fourth. Bases full, drops it into left field, and that base hit will bring in Dinkins. And let's see if they get more than Dinkins. Here comes Kellen Moore. Throw to the plate, not in time. He will score. Everybody else is safe. Tyler Reed delivering with a big 2-out single, and 2 runs will come in for South Carolina.
Stepping up to the plate, number 5, Brandon Snur.
Brandon Snur, who singled and scored a run in the 3rd. Batting here in the 4th, as South Carolina has taken a 6-2 lead. McGuff and Snur scoring in the 3rd. Bolton, Rummel, Dinkins, and Moore in the 4th. By the way, on the other field, Mississippi is now routing Virginia 14-zip. And that game is in the 4th. And that game not quite over, so it must be in the top of the 4th. Brandon Snur, 1-0 pitch, hit towards Ammons. Fields tags out the runner, and will get out number 3. But not before 4 South Carolina runs score. And South Carolina takes a 4-run advantage into the Florida 4th here on JockJive.com. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Perhaps got it. Long throw over, and he got it. South Carolina with a 4-run top of the 4th, taking a 6-2 lead into the bottom part of the inning. It is Gabe McCarty, A.J. Tennell, and Wes Ammons who will come to the plate. For the Florida squad, who plated a run in the 1st and 1 in the 3rd, South Carolina had 2 in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th. And now the Blythewood boys building the 4-run advantage going into the bottom part of inning number 4. Let's go South Carolina from Samantha and Keyshawn, and way to go Bubba. Blythewood is so proud of our machine pitching. Let's go South Carolina. Hashtag bring the wood from Kate. Way to go Tyler. Great hit buddy. Love you from AS. Defense boys, we got this. Way to come back from the Allens. High into the air towards shortstop. Gabe McCarty is out number 1 with the fly out to Blackwell.
Number 5, A.J. Tennell.
1 away for A.J. Tennell. Tennell popped out to second. He was the last out of the 1st inning. Comes to the plate with 1 away and nobody aboard in the 4th. Go Caden McGuff and the SC team from your Pinnacle Ridge crew in Lake Carolina. We believe in you, South Carolina. The Collins family is cheering you on in Blythewood. Shout out to Coach Les Pinfield and Amy on their 13th anniversary. Bring home the W from the Allens. Well, happy anniversary to the Pinfields. Rolled into left field by A.J. Tennell, and Florida's got a base runner with 1 away as Tennell picks up the 5th Florida base hit of the ballgame. Got a final and coach pitch. Tennessee has knocked off North Carolina 13-3, so it is Tennessee that advances to the championship tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., taking on the winner of the Mississippi-Texas game. So a final now in from coach pitch, and I don't think they're too far away from wrapping up the machine pitch game between Mississippi and Virginia, with Mississippi in the big league. Hit to Blackwell, underhands to Blackwell for out number 2. 1 and 3 over at first, but able to get there safely was Ammons, so he will wrap into the 6-4. And Ammons safely at first with 2 gone. Well, no surprise that field 2 is again the late field. This has been the field all tournament long that's had the long games. And we've worked the latest and longest. Looks like it's going to be that way again, as it's a 6-2 contest in the 4th. Gabe Samalona coming to the plate. Go Brandon Bolton for Mimi, Pop, and Chase in Chester, South Carolina. Go SC team. Keep it up. So proud from Grandma and Granny in Texas. chopped foul to the left side by Gabe Samalona. Wes Salmons, who had made his way to second, will make the U-turn and head back to first. 2 away, bottom of the fourth. Two teams battling for the right to get to the title game and face, more than likely, and yes, now it is over, face Mississippi. Out at second. And South Carolina has stepped up the defense after committing 5 errors earlier, 4 in 1 inning. But my how, they have turned things around defensively, and a total of 4 will go to the plate. 1 will stay on, 1 base hit in the bottom of the fourth. It's a 6-2 South Carolina lead. We head to the 5th here on JockJive.com. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Bottom of the order, top of the 5th. Cooper Penfield starting things off for South Carolina. Caleb Blackwell, Connor Cattaneo set to bat as well. South Carolina with a 4-run lead into the 5th after shutting Florida down in the bottom of the 4th. Well, again, it's a final. Mississippi 14-zip over Florida, and I make that over Virginia in 4 innings. Florida or South Carolina will take on Mississippi tomorrow and have to beat them twice. And it's a Mississippi team which has yet to taste defeat. But never say never. Cooper Penfield, count even at 1. Wrapped over towards Boone. He will scoop it up at first, and those long strides have him there ahead of Cooper Penfield.
That's plate number 2, Blackwell.
1 out as we go back to the top of the order. So we can pull out the machine pitch brackets, make the adjustments. 14-zip. Mississippi over Virginia. Put the M and the S there for a 10:30 matchup against the winner of this one. Florida and South Carolina. 1 away as Caleb Blackwell steps in. Connor Cattaneo moving to the on-deck circle. More shout-outs. This one simply says, "Let's go Skittles." Way to go, Team South Carolina. Hit it out of the park from the Newtons. That one high into the air. Hit near a spot that would put it out of the park by Blackwell. He will wind up at second with a double. And a 1-out double has South Carolina with a gentleman in scoring position. Connor Cattaneo coming to the plate. He is 1 for 2. Has singled and popped out to first. Andrew Blackwell moves to the on-deck circle. Playing into a Monday evening as night has not quite fallen, but last rays of a setting sun shining here at Bearpin Park in Cleveland, Mississippi. Cattaneo followed by Andrew Blackwell. Base runner at second is Caleb Blackwell. South Carolina trying to add to the 4-run lead. Backhanded by Ward coming out of the circle. Knocks it down and then sees wisely. What a play by Ward. Just a heads-up play to realize that Blackwell had broken for the bag. Got Blackwell at third, and then the throw on to second got Connor Cattaneo. Cattaneo looked at the opportunity to get to second with the activity at third, trying to get there, but a snap throw over by Craig to a covering Ammons will get the out there. So it turns into the double play. That will go 1 to 6 to 5 to 4. And a scoreless top part of the 5th for South Carolina as we head to the bottom part of the inning. And Florida coming to bat down by 4.
battle, White Jones County. Diving catch to shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben McClinsky. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Bottom part of the order in the bottom of the fifth. Bryson Mitchell coming to the plate for Florida. Logan Moore and Anthony Sparks due up in the inning two. Popped up to left field, and the catch made by Brandon Bolton. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. Logan Ward, who hit into a double play in the third, coming to the plate. More shout-outs. Bring it home, South Carolina. The Brits in Blythewood, South Carolina. Go Blythewood. Take them to the shed from Eli Gaffney, American All-Stars. Ward and Sparks with one away. Popped up back towards the screen. Chase given by Rummel, but it will hit the chain link, and that will keep the at-bat alive for Ward. Count even, one apiece. Let's go Tyler Reed. Connor is watching you in Arizona. Let me give you a quick count, too, on our Facebook likes. See where we stand. 9588. Need 12. 12 to get to 9,600. High into the nighttime sky, over towards left center field, and there to make the catch is Connor Cattaneo. And there's two gone here in the fifth. Well, a tournament that began on Saturday, and over the course of the weekend we had 48 games. 24 machine pitch, 24 coach pitch, 48 games. Today, I think 10, so now you're at 58 games played. Better than 60 games before the World Series comes to an end tomorrow. Quick look at what lies ahead, by the way. We, of course, will wrap up our coverage here. Got lights on in center field, and that's why play has not continued, why it is temporarily suspended, and Blue going out waving his arms, trying to get the lights off, and probably the driver's like, huh? No idea the lights are creating a problem for the hitter. So the official out trying to get the attention of the driver of the truck, and now has done so, and the lights are off. But tomorrow we're here for the championships. Also tomorrow we head to Guntersville, Alabama for the pre-majors Final Four. This one lifted over towards right field, just foul by Anthony Sparks. Two gone, nobody aboard. Also tomorrow off to Monroe, Louisiana for the majors, start of the Final Four there. And then, of course, in Oxford, Alabama, the AAA, the Ozone, and the Majors World Series, starting Saturday. Lifted towards right center field and right at Andrew Botar. He didn't have to move much. And it is a 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the fifth. We head to the sixth. South Carolina trying to add some insurance. Florida trying to keep it close when we return. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben McClinsky. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. We enter the top of the sixth. Andrew Blackwell starting things off for South Carolina. Brandon Bolton, Bowman Rummel due up in the inning two. Bring it home, Blythewood from the Appletons. I would like to make a shout out to Anthony Sparks from Brittany, telling him to keep up the good work. Well, Brittany, you just did. Thank you very much. Let's go Blythewood from Ridgeway, South Carolina. Blythewood, whoop 'em good from P-Money, Gaffney American All-Stars. One more inning, boys. So proud of our team and the support in our community from the Allens. So proud of number 4, Kellen Moore and Coach Moore from Uncle Steve and family, sending loud cheers, not quiet ones, loud ones to the whole South Carolina team, all the way from the Big Apple in New York. Andrew Blackwell 0 for 2. He is ground out to third, popped out to right center field. Leads off the 6th for South Carolina. Florida trying to tighten the defense, tighten the screws to keep the lid on it in the top of the 6th line, right at the third baseman, and that's a way to start defensively for Florida. Samuel Craig takes the liner for out number 1.
Stepping up to the plate, number 10, Brandon Bolton.
One away from Brandon Bolton. Well, we know that Mississippi's in pitch machine baseball, the title game. Tennessee is in coach pitch. And I am not privy to the field far behind to determine what is happening on the other coach pitch field. I don't know if they are still playing Mississippi and Texas, but obviously we're still here in the 6th, Florida and South Carolina, determining those final spots. Count even, 1 apiece on Brandon Bolton. Go Florida, we're so proud of you boys from the Huddleston family. Them boys from the Wood are bad. Go Blythewood. Of course, that's a good bad. You know, there's the bad and the good bad, and that's the good bad for the Blythewood boys. Popped up. Back onto the grass. Backtracking is Tyson Lake. He will make the catch, and Brandon Bolden is out number 2.
At the plate, number 14, Bowman Rummel.
2 gone for Bowman Rummel. A shout out to the amazing commentators. Well, thank you. It's seldom that I'm referred to as amazing, at least not in a positive way. So I may have to screenshot that one and show my wife. Shout out to my nephew Kellen Moore and B Wood. Close the deal. Go B Wood. Love Uncle Theron and Rania and Blaze. Go Blythewood. Don't eat the peanuts from Jackson. I don't know what the peanuts could do to you. I guess if you've got a peanut allergy, it could be problems. From Jackson, the Gaffney American All-Stars. 2 gone. Rommel batting. Fouls it off against the screen. 0-1. Cole Dinkins moves to the on-deck circle. Way to go, Blythewood. We love you, Brandon, Annie, Jacob, Butters, and Griff. And here's the text that says, don't get the big head former mayor. And then, of course, coming from my buddy Brian Cox, who is... Brian, aren't you still a former city official as well? We're both in that club, right? But good to hear from Brian Cox. And hello, by the way, to Brian Cox, Tony Smith, all the folks there in Florida, the leadership of Dixie Youth Baseball. Also going to send a shout-out, fair and balanced, to Paul McCullough and all the leadership there in South Carolina. Thank you very much for watching. Lifted and hit line drive style right at Bubba Boone, and Bubba Boone will make the catch to put it into the Rommel at bat. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 6th. That's what Florida needed defensively. Will they get what they need offensively in the bottom part of the inning? It's a 6-2 South Carolina lead. Florida coming to bat as we head to the bottom of what is designed to be the last inning. Will it? We'll find out. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Crafts got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Top of the order, bottom of the sixth, Tyson Lake to start things off. Kingston Green, Samuel Craig due up in the inning, too. Florida scored a run in the first, one in the third. South Carolina, a couple of runs in the third and plated 4 runs in the fourth. That's a 6-2 ball game as we head into the sixth. The season will continue for one, and we'll close out for the other. By the way, while I'm talking about Brian Cox in Florida, got to say hello to Tanya. She cooked up some great meals during the state tournaments we did down in Lakeland and Mariana. I'm not sure if she was there at Sebring. Don't think so. I don't remember eating good there. But thank you very much to Brian and Tanya. Wrapped solidly towards third, but scooped up equally as solid by McGuff. And Tyson Lake is out number 1 on the 4-3 putout. Make that the 5-3 putout. 1 away for Kingston Green. Green 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the first. He drove in the first Florida run of the game. It was a 1-zip lead for Florida that would last until the third. Samuel Craig to the on-deck circle. More shout-outs. Keep up the good work. Go Kellen in South Carolina. From Carson, Grandma, and Granddaddy in North South Carolina. 1 hop to short. Blackwell's got it. Throw across and has Green on the 6-3. Hey, I know about those north-south things. We've got a South Alabama, a community called South Alabama. Shout out to the Bomber Mamas. I've got a ton of shout outs coming in, and we want to try to get to them all. Shout out simply says, yeah. Another simply says, go Blythewood. Another thank you for doing a great job announcing Go Florida Boys. Very proud of you all. Love you, Wes Ammons from Nanny and Papa in Graceville. That's not too far from the home port. Thank you very much for the kind words. Shout out to my grandson, SC's Cole Dinkins. Hold them defense. Grandpa Jones hit to short, and it will travel under Blackwell's mitt. And Samuel Craig will keep hopes alive for Florida. A base runner at first for Bubba Boone as Hunter Gill comes to the plate. Shout out to Kellen Moore, the Blythewood team, from Todd, Drew, Caleb, Kiera, Kiora, and Cameron from Orangeburg, South Carolina. Keep up the good work. Trying to get them all in before we close out coverage. Go Blythewood, keeping the Cavers up late with the 5:30 a.m. CrossFit tomorrow. Go Brandon. You know sleep is very important to staying fit, but so is a good game of baseball. Shout out to Florida. Let's make a nice comeback here, take the win, and beat Mississippi tomorrow. Bubba Boone. Diving catch at shortstop by Blackwell. And it's the defense that accelerates near the end of the game that wins it for South Carolina. Andrew Blackwell with a diving catch to end the Bubba Boone at bat. And the ball game as well. And this one is now final. South Carolina advancing to the championship. They will take on Mississippi tomorrow morning at 10:30. For Florida, a great season. But it comes to an end here on a Monday night in Cleveland, Mississippi, as South Carolina has advanced. A few more shout-outs come on Florida Big Rally. We've done it before. Coach Monty, woohoo, what a catch. And indeed, it was. Andrew Blackwell ending the Boone at-bat, ending the Florida season, and extending it at least another game for South Carolina. They're going to win a pair tomorrow. They've got to do that to take the title, but they're in to Tuesday's championship day. It is a final 6-2. Thanks so much for being on the other end of the coverage. Don't forget about liking us on Facebook. 10 more likes, and we're at 9,600. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Want to copy the game? It's available by emailing info@JockJive.com. We do this kind of stuff for lots of folks. You might want to inquire at the same email address, info@JockJive.com. Well, that closes out my portion of the coverage. Tomorrow, Mike Rideout will bring you the rest of the way in machine pitch, and Marty Palman will bring you the coach pitch. I'm headed to Monroe, Louisiana for baseball there tomorrow. Chuck will be in Gunnersville for baseball there, too. And a lot of guys in Oxford, Alabama on Saturday for AAA majors and ozone. Big thank you before I go to the folks here who have done such a tremendous job in hosting, from the maintenance crews, the admin, the scorekeepers, and the PA guys and ladies, and those who have manned the hospitality room. What a sensational job. Thank you to the Dixie Youth officials for making this such a success as well. And to my great crew, got to say thanks to Mike Rideout, Marty Pellman, and Chuck Sebastian for a job well done. It's over, and it is a South Carolina victory, 6-2. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Williamson. So long for all of us at JockJive.com.